Sun Tzu's principles on tactical dispositions and the path to effortless victory. The supreme strategist understands that the key to victory lies not just in combat prowess, but in controlling the entire situation and dynamics of conflict through meticulous preparation, deception, and psychological mastery over the enemy. Just as a chess grandmaster thinks several moves ahead, anticipating their opponent's every possible action, so too does the master strategist orchestrate the elements of conflict. Several interconnected principles are vital. Invulnerability. First and foremost, the strategist must meticulously establish an unassailable defensive position that eliminates any possibility of being defeated. Think of it like carefully child-proofing a home, addressing every conceivable hazard before a toddler even takes their first step. This is achieved through strict discipline of the troops, down to the minutiae of their daily routines, from dawn to dusk, carefully studying the terrain to maximize advantages, noting every hillock, stream, and thicket, and above all, completely concealing one's strategic dispositions, intentions, numbers, and vulnerabilities from the enemy. Like a masterful magician who never reveals their secrets, the strategist fortifies their position to be impregnable through foresight and calculated preparation, considering even the direction of the sun and wind. An invulnerable defensive position, where every soldier knows their exact role like actors in a well-rehearsed play, and every piece of equipment is maintained to perfection, provides the platform to patiently await the right offensive opportunity. Awaiting the enemy's mistakes. For inevitably, even the most formidable enemy will make mistakes, whether through arrogance, impatience, hasty judgments, or simple inability to discern the stratagem arrayed against them. The superior strategist keenly awaits these gaps and lapses, much like an experienced fisherman who knows that even the wariest fish will eventually take the bait. With patience and restraint, the wise leader allows the enemy's flaws and misconceptions to proliferate, creating exploitable openings and opportunities for attack from a position of maximum advantage. This might involve observing the enemy's camp from afar, noting the slightest changes in their guard rotations, the condition of their horses, or even the smoke from their cooking fires, just as a keen observer might notice telltale signs of their neighbors' habits and routines. Eroding the enemy's position. The master strategist's aim is to unhinge and erode the enemy's strategic position and disposition through various efforts. Deceptive tactics that confound their perception, such as false troop movements or spreading disinformation through captured scouts. Logistics disruptions that degrade their capabilities and will, targeting supply lines with precision, skillful positioning that renders their plans irrelevant, occupying key passes or high ground, and subtle psychological offensives that undermine their morale and aggression, like allowing rumors of supernatural aid to spread. It's akin to how a skilled negotiator might gradually weaken their counterpart's resolve, chipping away at their arguments and confidence until they're ready to concede. Like water eroding stone, this gradual erosion compels the enemy's submission without the need for a full-scale, destructive contest. All efforts bend towards making the enemy's defeat inevitable and reverting them to a weaker, more vulnerable state, where even their own weapons seem to turn against them. Disciplined method. To bring about this state, the strategist follows a disciplined method of evaluating, estimating, calculating, and decisively acting upon every factor and variable that could impact the conflict dynamics, much like a meticulous accountant poring over financial records. 1. Survey and measure every aspect of the terrain and environment to understand which force is positionally favored, from the gradient of slopes to the depth of rivers. 2. Comprehensively estimate the enemy's disposition, condition, strengths, and logistical status, including the health of their horses, the quality of their armor, and the temperament of their commanders, as if compiling a detailed dossier on a business competitor. 3. Make detailed calculations comparing numerical forces, supplies, capabilities, etc., down to the number of arrows and the amount of grain, like a prudent homeowner taking stock before a long winter. 4. Carefully weigh and balance all factors to discern probabilities of success or failure, considering even the morale impact of recent events or cultural superstitions, similar to how a skilled politician might gauge public opinion before making a crucial decision. 5. Once trends and momentum align decisively in one's favor through the previous steps, strike the enemy with overwhelming disciplined force at exactly the pivotal moment their defeat has already been strategically sealed, often coinciding with natural phenomena like dawn, dusk, or changing weather, comparable to a savvy investor who waits for just the right market conditions before making their move. Achieving effortless victory. When this orchestrated control of the battle space culminates, the results are devastating. A highly disciplined force, flushed with high morale from accrued strategic advantages, faces a demoralized enemy who has been enervated by cumulative logistical, psychological, and operational setbacks. Like a massive weight on a balance scale, the force ratios are so overwhelming that the outcome is virtually assured before the first blow lands. The attackers surge forward with an inexorable momentum akin to a 1,000-fathom deluge obliterating everything in its path. Their war cries alone enough to shatter the enemy's resolve, much like how a well-prepared team, buoyed by thorough planning and practice, can make a challenging project seem effortless in its execution. The essence of Sun Tzu's teachings is that the acme of strategic excellence is using intelligence, positioning, and erosion of the enemy's will and framework to make actual fighting superfluous and the final victory virtually effortless. It's like winning a game of chess in the opening moves, where your opponent realizes they've already lost long before checkmate. Through clever stratagem, comprehensively shaping the entire conflict environment, from the lay of the land to the minds of men, the battle is defined beforehand as an extension of the strategist's disciplined calculations. Like the terrain channels the flow of water, the dynamics are controlled so that the forces of combat simply follow the path of least operational resistance, as ordained by the superior strategist's position of strength, rendering the clash of arms a mere formality, a swift and decisive conclusion to a contest already won in the realm of strategy. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. If something resonated with you, share your thoughts and personal experiences in the comments below. Your insights could be valuable to others. Now, a quick reminder: make it a habit to learn something beneficial every day. The content you consume is like food for your brain, so be intentional about it. Otherwise, the algorithm might start influencing your thoughts. Reflect on that. We're always accepting your contributions through subscriptions to our channel. Your support will help us with upcoming projects and ensure we continue delivering top-notch content. Join us by subscribing today.